Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today we're talking about Mercury in retrograde. And I know you're probably just went, oh no, not again. Yes, Mercury is in retrograde. So let's get you some dates for Mercury in retrograde. Mercury enters pre-shadow on May 14th and in the sign of Gemini. It stations and turns full retro on May 29th through June 22nd. And after June 22nd, it will enter post shadow until July 7th, all in the sign of Gemini. So let's talk about some information about Mercury just in general. So Mercury is the planet of communications, which includes like speaking, learning, technology, other facets of communication, texting, emailing, messaging online. All of that is really, really important. And so just understand that kind of Mercury's job is to kind of point out where we are not clearly communicating with other people. It's really important to make drastic changes in our decisions during Mercury retrograde. This is the time to be particularly careful about signing contracts or beginning new projects, especially big, expansive projects, or launching a business or starting a new job. This is kind of the time not to do that for a little bit. Let's see. This is going to kind of be a great time to kind of like venture out of like what is your normally way of thinking and kind of bring some new ways in to make sure that you're getting clear communication with everybody around you, especially your family. This one, because of technology being affected by Mercury in retrograde, um, our computers, our cell phones will have issues. We're more likely to have glitches and crashes and that sort of thing. So back up your information often and make sure that your information is accurate before you hit send on any emails. That is one that can bite people in the booty a little bit. So let's see. Let's talk about in the sign of Gemini, Mercury has this impact on our emotions and our feelings that it normally doesn't have. Now we will no longer have like our refuge and our solace of kind of like what do we want to deal with on our own or how do we deal with this by ourselves. This Gemini retrograde is going to be affecting our relationships, especially with other family members. We're going to see different problems that we thought had gone into the past or kind of like we've dealt with it, kind of coming back up and people feeling like they were not treated as well as they could have or should have. And then you're also going to kind of see this energy of kind of this ruling sign of Gemini, kind of bringing like that super brainy side, like let's think about the other side of this, or kind of like what freedom do we want to learn from this. So just know that this is going to be bringing you some information to kind of think about things differently. This is a great time to say what you believe. Sometimes during Mercury in retrograde, especially in the sign of Gemini, you may see that where you have changed your thinking because of someone else. Like you wanted something for you, and because of someone else's influence, you kind of changed your mind or went somewhere else. So this is the kind of time to kind of bring that back up. And am I doing this for me? Am I doing this for what I want? Am I going in the right direction? And so that's a great time to kind of ask, like, where have the lines between like what my desires are and what my dreams are, where have they been crossed? Where have I kind of not done what I really wanted in this? And so it's kind of a great time to kind of allow that to come out. There, let me give you a couple of dates that are going to kind of be something to be aware of during May and in Mercury. Mercury goes into the sign, Mercury in Taurus trines Pluto in Capricorn. And this is a very practical energy. The signs are going to make a communication really easy and very natural and talking about uncomfortable subjects. So things that you normally wouldn't talk about, this is going to bring this up on May 2nd. The next one is going to be May 3rd, is Mercury's actually going to enter the sign of Gemini. And so this is going to make communication really flow, that flowy kind of water sign energy. And this is a really good time to kind of be careful with our energy because we're just going to like flirt out. We're just going to let it all hang out and just kind of allow that energy to come in and be cautious with your energy, but at the same time know that it's ready to flow. So then we move into May 12th. And this energy is all about making connections today. And this could be some long lasting, engaging connections of kind of unique charm and playful displays of what do you want to go, or where do you want to go in your life, and kind of bringing that all together. Let's see, May 22nd, we could have some misunderstandings or communications that kind of we regret later on. So be cautious with your words on May 22nd. The next one will be, let's see, um, May 29th, which is the day that Mercury goes into retrograde. Communications can break down. Expect misinformation or missignals, the words of being completely misunderstood by a couple of them. So one of the things that's really important that I tell a lot of my students during Mercury in retrograde, confirm appointments, reconfirm appointments, and then, even before you leave, like, are you sure we're meeting at this place at this time? Because we're likely to have miscommunications, and this is a great way to kind of clear that out without having any problems. Like, I'm just double checking, let me triple check. And I'm asking for clarity. I'm just asking to have real clear communication with this. Is this what we're going to do? We're going to have dinner at this restaurant at this time. So it really makes it clear about what's coming through. And when you're talking to other people, especially in your family, because the sign of Gemini is kind of like making sure that you're having clear communication with the other people around you, making sure that things are getting said that need to be said, and that you're doing that inner work about what's coming up for you, and any changes that you need to make during this time frame are really time to think about it. And then once Mercury gets out of retrograde, that's the time to go into action over this. I thank you so much for joining me. We are going to do a couple of angel cards. Let's do that and kind of get us some more information about this retrograde cycle. So here we go. Let's see, our first card is Serenity. This one I know is going to be really hard for so many people, because I even mentioned, even if people don't really understand a whole lot of other information about astrology, they're like, oh my gosh, Mercury in retrograde, this is so scary. It's not. Mercury in retrograde is a great time to rethink and reorganize and reevaluate what's going on around you, and kind of allowing this energy to come forward. But be careful about it. It's one of those, be serene about it, be comfortable about it, allowing this energy to take over so that you can bring yourself into a new healed state is amazing. Let's see. Spiritual growth. This is a great time. Spiritual connections can be made in Mercury in retrograde, usually to yourself, kind of like, how have I not been communicating with myself or other people clearly? How can I do this better than I've been doing in the past? That's a really good question to ask yourself, especially in Mercury in retrograde. Answered prayers. Are you communicating with your creator? Are you communicating your prayers and your wishes and desires of what you want to see? Are you doing it? Hopefully you are, because this is a great time to have them answered and have them bring kind of everything that you really desired in there. Body care. This is a really important one, especially during Mercury in retrograde. Allowing the energy to kind of take you over, and kind of, where can I take care of myself? Maybe that's a mani-pedi. Maybe that's a few minutes to myself, or even meditating more often. Meditation during planets in retrograde, and we have a whole bunch in retrograde right now. This is a great time to really amp up your meditation during this time frame, to bring yourself more serenity, more peace, and more love. I thank you for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.